What's going on, guys? Today, a friend and I are going to be battle pack drafting 1 versus 1. If you've never seen a draft before, the rules of drafting are simple. Both players will open 8 5-card battle packs. They will take 1 card from each pack before passing the leftover cards to the other player and repeating the process till all the cards have been drafted. Both players will also get 2 additional packs, which they are allowed to open and keep all the cards from. The player will then create a minimum 40 card deck with the remaining cards being used as a side deck and play a best 2 out of 3. One last rule, the house rule. All monsters count as all types and attributes. With that being said, let's get started. Alright guys, so today I have some battle pack draft footage for you guys and gameplay. Personally, I really like the battle pack sets. If you guys remember them, it was kind of like a sealed environment where you just open some packs and play with your friends, and it was such a cool and unique set that I really wish Konami would bring back for the player base. It allows you to play with cards that you would probably never play with otherwise, or just see different cool interactions that you might never see otherwise. So here I am playing on the right on the white playmat, and my friend is playing on the black playmat on the left. And here I just normal summon, set 2 pass, he summons, sets 1 pass, and uses the effect of his monster to make it gain 400 attack. Back to me, I equip it with a card that makes so opponents' monsters can't change their battle positions, and it gives it a small attack bonus, and I just attack over his monster. He activates Zoma the Spirit, and then it's his turn. And again, a cool thing about this is that the house rule that I mentioned at the beginning makes so all cards are all types and attributes. So take a card like Mizuki, for example. If it's in the graveyard and it would get banished to summon a zombie, you can banish it and summon any monster, which is really unique and pretty cool. Or like a card that says equip to a plant monster can equip to any monster. Just really cool things. Or just like you could drop Honest on any monster attacking because all monsters are considered all types and attributes, which is really cool. But back to this gameplay, I had summoned a card trooper and used the effect to mill for 1 to get over the Zoma of the Spirit because it would inflict damage equal to the monster's attack, so I didn't want to take that much. And then I attacked over a set Rigorous Reaver, which made both of us discard 1 and made my monster lose its 500 attack bonus that it had got, but no worries there. I use Card Trooper, I believe for 3 this time, just to try to push in for damage. I summon a Kaiku attack. I use its effect to banish some monsters from his graveyard, just in case. I attack for some more damage with the Shark, and then attack for 19 with Card Trooper. Again, it's just so cool to see what type of random things you can get from these packs because it's all random. And here he scoops and we go into game number 2. And so like with some of these sets, there's actually some crazy cards in these sets. Like for example, there's things like Pot of Duality, there's Graceful Charity, Pot of Greed, Cardi, just some like crazy things. You'll see some ban cards too in some of these. We were drafting with Battle Pack 2 and 3. I don't have Battle Pack 1 right now, but I definitely want to get some because the power level of Battle Pack 1 was so much crazier than anything else. Also, like, I guess one thing to note is getting extra deck monsters in these Battle Pack sets was really difficult. Like, we've played a few different Battle Pack drafts, and we've seen, like, 1 extra deck card out of opening almost 2 boxes of this set. So, pretty crazy stuff. But anyways, I had normal summoned, and then he summons a Cyber Dragon, summons an Airballoon, and he's trying to attack to discard a card from my hand, and luckily I have the Pinpoint Guard to summon back the Shark in defense position, and then it can't be destroyed by battle or card effects, I believe, for that turn. Here I summon Chiron the Mage, use the effect to try to pop his back row, and it was a Quantum Cat, so that's cool. Here I have the Axe again. I equip it to Chiron, and I'm going to attack into the Airballoon. and luckily could get that off the field before it became too big of a threat, because discarding cards and losing card advantage in draft sets is really, really detrimental. Here he summons this Mech Lord, which is basically like a Gale. It'll have the attack of my monster, and he goes and gets over the Chiron. It also has, I think, 1600 attack, which is really good. And here he's just completely taking over the game. I am low on monsters here, and I think I don't think I have any cards in hand. I activate, I believe this card was called Miracle Wake, that summons back a monster that was destroyed by battle this turn. I try to attack over the Mech Lord, but he has this shark thing that makes it negates the attack and makes my monster lose 500 attack until the end phase of my next turn or something. He goes and equips a big bang shot to it and attacks over the Chiron, and then attacks for 21, so things are not looking great. He sets one and passes, and I draw one of my favorite cards, Cyber Valley. It has a crazy effect. It has multiple effects, but the one that was going to be relevant here is when it's targeted for an attack, I can banish it, draw a card, and end the battle phase. So here he's just double checking that effect, because that's kind of a crazy effect, and again, not looking good. Here I activate Premature Burial, so an example of one of those ban cards, and I bring back the Chiron, and here I attack over the Revival Jam, and he will use the effect to pay 1,000, and then during his standby phase it will return and summon back. I set another card, and he brings back the Revival Jam, and summons a Resonator. Here he's just attacking. Here I activate this card here's a good example of what I mentioned before. It usually equips to a plant monster, but everything's considered every type. So it makes it gain 500 attack, and so he loses his monster. Here we're just he's checking graveyard, switches the Cyber Dragon to defense. I top deck an Air Orca, and I go to battle phase, attack over the Cyber Dragon. It's the biggest threat right now. And attack into the Revival Jam, which I believe here he uses the effect again. I know in his deck, I'll show the deck list at the end of the video, but he had some tribute monsters, so I think he was doing this in case he does get into one of those tribute summonable monsters, so that he'll always have a body on board, which also explains like the Resonator, that once per turn it can't be destroyed by battle. So that way he always has some form of tribute fodder. And here, it's still a grind game. I summon Fencing Fire Ferret. I love that card too. It's just so good. I attack into the Revival Jam. Again, he uses the effect, just trying to keep a monster on board. And slowly but surely, I am clearing his monsters, which is crazy because he already had, I think it was like 4 monsters versus me top decking, sort of. So here, just kind of thinking what I want to do. I don't exactly remember my back row here. I think I had like a Reckless Greed and Offering to the Doom or something. I don't exactly remember. And here, I attack into a Big Shield Gardna, which will switch to attack position after damage calc. And he summons back the Revival Jam, sets one, and it's back to me. I find the Kaiku again and summon it. Pretty much I'm kind of like overextending. There's no need to go this hard into it, but I just really want to break his board. And in the 2 battle packs we did draft, there's not the most like board wipes, so it's kind of okay to go all in on some of these. Again, I keep attacking over this Revival Jam, and he keeps using it to bring it back, really hoping he gets a tribute summon. And here, he flip summons Magician of Faith to add back the Big Bang Shot. I think he's just trying to do something here. He summons Botanical Lion, which is really beefy because since everything's considered a plant, he gains 300 attack, I believe, for each monster he controls. And here, I did have the Reckless Greed, so I draw 2. And then he continues his attack, and I flip the Offering to the Doom to destroy it. And he only has 100 life left, so this is the end of the game. But really fun stuff. We've drafted several times before, and it's always a fun time. It's always cool to see what type of cards you can pull, and there was definitely a lot of cards you guys didn't see, so here's the deck lists. Starting off with my deck list, and his will be after, but if you guys enjoyed this and want to see more drafting, definitely let me know in the comments section. Drop a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell to get notified anytime I put a new video out, share this video with your friends, and anyways guys, I will see you in the next video.